Hi, my name's Kev. This is my worship tracks of my years. We've put a link below this video to a Spotify playlist of all these tracks, so you can head over there after this and have a listen to them, and hopefully you'll like what you hear and start following some of these artists. So the first song is by a band called Whiteheart, and they were a Christian rock group back in the 80s and 90s. I first started listening to Whiteheart by mistake, really. As a family, we used to get a Christian music magazine called Premiere, and every month they'd send you the recording of the month, unless you opted out. And so this particular 1 month, my family forgot to opt out, and so this cassette arrived of Whiteheart, and my dad took one listen to it and said, "Give that to Kev." So I took it, I listened to it up in my bedroom, and I absolutely loved it. And this song in particular, Over Me, got me through my teenage years, really. The second song is by another group that I've been listening to for quite a long time. This is Casting Crowns, and the song is Voice of Truth. It talks about the fact that it's important what voices we listen to. Do we listen to people that bring us down, negative voices in the world, or do we listen to the voice of truth, and that's the voice of God? Yeah, that's the voice we should be listening to. This next song is by another Christian rock band called Third Day. This song is about a thief who was on a cross next to Jesus, and he recognises that Jesus is the Son of God, and he asks Jesus to remember him. And so Jesus turns to him and says, "I tell you the truth, today you will be with me in paradise." And the song builds up to that one line, really, and it gets me every time, sometimes end up in tears. Okay, the next few songs are songs that I've first heard, or groups that I first heard at Big Church Day Out, which was a Christian festival that's obviously not happened this year with COVID, but it happens down south every year, and for a couple of years they had it in the north as well, over in Macclesfield. So for a couple of years we went as a family, and we were lucky enough to see some great artists. So this next one, my fourth choice, is called Intentional by an American gospel artist called Travis Green. Okay, this next song is a band called For King and Country, and they're basically an Australian-born pop duo who are now based in Nashville. And this song that I've chosen is called Joy. It's a real upbeat sort of pop song, really. Next is Crowder. This is an American solo artist, David Crowder, but he goes by the stage name of Crowder. And first saw him again at Big Church Day Out. I'd heard of the David Crowder Band, which was his previous band, but I'd never really listened to their music, so this was really the first time I got to hear him. He's a contemporary rock singer-songwriter, and this song is called Forgiven. One of the lines in the song is, "Say goodbye to every sin, you are forgiven." And that's a message that we all need. We all need to know that we're forgiven, all need to realise that. So I really love this song. My seventh choice is Reckless Love by Corey Asbury, and it's probably one of my favourite worship songs from the last couple of years. It speaks of a similar theme to a previous song, Forgiven. Lines like, "I couldn't earn it," and the fact that we couldn't earn Jesus' love or his forgiveness. So these last two songs are by up-and-coming British artists. First one is a Manchester-based group called Soulbox. When I was growing up, there was a band called the Worldwide Message Tribe that came out of Manchester and were quite a big deal in Christian music, especially in this country. And Soulbox are part of the Message Trust, so they're from the same base in Manchester. They're sort of an R&B soul type group, and the song is called Discrepancy. And the last track that I've chosen is by Pyramid Park. Pyramid Park is the artist name for a guy called Pete, and he came and played a solo set for us back in March at our first ever worship cafe, which we held just before the lockdown. The song I've chosen is called Born to be Brave, which is my favourite track from the 2017 album Vulnerability. But they've now got a new album out in 2020 called Not an Island, and you can hear a live version of a song called Never Let Me Down, which is also from that album. Pete has recorded this live version during lockdown and allowed us to host it on our YouTube channel, so check that out as well.